Hello, my name is Parisa. Thank you for joining my channel. Today's video is all about 5 different flower types beginning with the letter Y, part of the A to Z flower series. I've also made other flower facts videos, so check this out too if you like this video. Follow my Instagram called Parisa Flowers, where flower posts are regularly uploaded. Remember to subscribe to this channel and click the post notifications bell icon so you never miss an upload. Let's get started with this video. This flower beginning with the letter Y is the Yucca, and the meaning of this is protection, new opportunities, loyalty and purity. The colours that the Yucca comes in is white and pink. The blooming time for the Yucca is April to June. Some interesting facts about the Yucca is that it is excellent at conserving water, and you can find them in different climates. A species of Yucca plant are called Joshua trees. Yucca moth pollinates the Yucca plant. The Yucca plants have edible fruit and flowers. In appearance, the flowers are bell-shaped panicles with sword-shaped leaves. These flowers look good in borders and courtyards. Tender Yucca species are good for placing in the conservatory or house, as these are species that don't survive in winter. For medicinal use, the Yucca can be used to treat migraines, headaches, high blood pressure, osteoarthritis, diabetes, stomach disorders, high cholesterol, gallbladder disorders. How do you grow the Yucca? So ensure that you water it every 1 to 2 weeks. When the top 50% of the soil is dry. The soil type you should provide the Yucca with is perlite, coarse sand or potting soil. When should you plant the Yucca? In spring. The sunlight you should provide the Yucca with is full sunlight. The food that you should provide the Yucca with is fertiliser a few times a year. For example, low nitrogen balanced fertiliser is ideal. Secondary nutrients like calcium and magnesium can be used too, and that will further help the healthy growth of the Yucca. The second flower beginning the letter Y is the Yarrow, and the meaning of this is healing and inspiration. People often give Yarrow to represent their concern for people's well-being or help them find illumination in their lives. The colours that the Yarrow comes in is orangey brown, red velvet and pink and lavender. The blooming time for the Yarrow is June to August. Some interesting facts about the Yarrow is that its leaves have hairs, the Yarrow has feathery leaves, and it's part of the Asteraceae family. It is aromatic and it is closely related to chamomile. It is a herb that comes from the northern hemisphere. It's good for preventing erosion, so it's good for gardening. There are benefits of the Yarrow to almost every bodily organ, according to scientists. The leaves and flowers are edible and can be made into tea-like drink. The leaves can be chewed on to relieve toothaches. Medicine, the Yarrow can treat fevers, hay fevers, common cough, diarrhea, dysentery, tract discomfort, appetite loss. It can treat to treat a fever, you can add 1 tablespoon of Yarrow to a boiled water cup, and then you must drink it hot to ensure that you break the fever. How do you grow the Yarrow? So ensure that you water it regularly in the summer. Water if the soil receives less than an inch of water per week. The soil type you should provide the Yarrow with is well-drained, moist soil. You should plant the Yarrow in spring or summer after the last frost date has passed. The sunlight you should provide the Yarrow with is full sun, and the food, in terms of food, it doesn't need any food, but just to allow new flowers, use deadheading when the flowers begin to go brown. The third flower beginning with the letter Y is the yellow flag, and the meaning of this is sword, and the colour that it comes in is just yellow, hence by the name you could probably guess that. And the blooming time for the yellow flag is late spring. Some interesting facts about the yellow flag is that they have large bright yellow flowers. They can grow up to 1.5 meters. The leaves are long and grow from thick rhizome at the base. They can be found in salt marshes, woodlands and along ponds. For medicine, the yellow flag can be used on the body, as when it's used as a water treatment it can absorb the metals from the soil. The flowers are 5 to 10 centimeters across. How do you grow the yellow flag? Ensure that you water it over the soil regularly. So I'd say once a week would be good for this flower. And the soil type you should provide it with is moist, wet soil, also rich with humus. And when you should plant the yellow flag is May to November. The sunlight you should provide it with is full sun, and the food that you should provide the yellow flag with is either aquatic general purpose fertiliser or slow release aquatic fertiliser, and ensure that you regularly do this throughout the growing season. The fourth flower beginning with the letter Y is the yellow bells, and these are my favourite flowers in this letter Y video. I just think they are absolutely stunning and so cute. I definitely want to incorporate this flower into my future garden. And the meaning of the yellow bells is hope, friendship and truth. The colour that it comes in is just yellow, and the blooming time for the yellow bells is spring until autumn. Some interesting facts about the yellow bells is that they are an arid herb of the southwestern United States. It is irregularly shaped, deciduous shrub. It in appearance is trumpet shaped with yellow flowers and olive green leaves that are showy, and you should use a draining pot with 12 inches diameter to grow the yellow bells, or at least that's how it's recommended from the site that I used for this research. And the medicinal use of yellow bells can be used to treat kidney problems, headaches, malaria, digestive tonic, and this is from the inner bark of the yellow bells. How do you grow the yellow bells? So ensure that you water it regularly. It's recommended to water it every 5 to 7 days for newly planted yellow bells, and for bushes it's recommended to water them every 6 to 10 days. Before you re-water the flowers, ensure that the topsoil is dry. And the soil type you should provide the yellow bells with is fertile, rich soil. You should plant the yellow bells in autumn or spring. The sunlight you should provide them with is full sun, and you should provide them with slow release balanced fertiliser around the shrub base, and add 2 to 3 inches of compost layer as well. Last flower beginning with the letter Y in this video is the yellow daylily, and the meaning of this is courage, beauty, love and joy. The colours that the yellow daylily comes in is yellow and golds, and the blooming time for the daylily is 4 to 6 weeks in spring to summer. Some interesting facts about the daylily is that it belongs to the Hemerocallis genus and is specifically called the Hemerocallis lililoasphodilus for the yellow daylily, and in Asian markets the yellow daylily are sold as gum jum. There are more than 80,000 cultivars which are registered by international and local Hemerocallis societies. You can find daylilies in Central Europe and Eastern Asia, also known as the perfect perennial due to its showy odours. It is a stunning addition to any garden. It has heat, stress, immunity. It is drought tolerant. The flower has low care requirements. The flower can grow in most hardiness zones. Daylilies have narrow, sword-shaped leaves and fleshy roots. The flowers of most species open in the morning and wither during the night. They are lovely in early summer and are sweet-scented. For medicine use, the leaves and flowers can help provide you with good bowel health. They have a laxative effect. They are antiemetics, which stops vomiting. They can treat pain, also called an anodyne. It is an antispasmodic, which can relieve muscle spasms and cramps, and it's also a sedative, which induces sleep and promotes calm. How do you grow the yellow daylily? So ensure that after it's planted, for the first few days you water it, and then water once or twice weekly for the first growing season, depending on whether it rains or not. The soil type you should provide the yellow daylily with is neutral alkaline soil with a sandy potting mix. The soil type that you should provide the yellow lilies with is sandy potting mix, one that is alkaline or neutral. And when should you plant the yellow daylilies? So early autumn to mid-spring, and the sunlight you should provide the lilies with is 6 hours of sunlight is when they will do their best. And the food that you should provide your daylilies with is organic compost. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then be sure to check out other videos from the A to Z Flower Facts series, and please comment, like and subscribe.